academic stuff in quantum isn't that interesting. There's been a lot of work done. I think it's an industrial space now. Theory is always interesting, but until the companies start doing it, it basically means nothing. I would get out of XRP. XRP makes me very cringe. My P&L is down for this week. I mean, these stocks rallied a ton. The week before they fell a ton. So this month I'm up, but definitely two very different weeks. I don't know. I think I'm up like 500K this month, but I'm not sure. I think it's okay. It's better. It's almost better flat oyster. Of course, we want it to go down to zero right away, but that's just not how it works. I think when you bleed a little bit every day, it breaks the hearts of the baggies, and they just get more and more like they don't even think about the stock because there's just nothing going on. Excitement of like down 50%, they can get mad and engaged.
Order filled.
For them, it's like media. It's more than
order partially filled.
It's an interesting story. But if nobody cares about their story and they can't convince other baggies to care, I shorted quantum at 25. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you can add to your position. You're saying I shorted IonQ at 25? You can also do things with options that
order filled.
Insulate your downside. These stocks were down a bunch last night after hours, so I did cover late after hours. Oh yeah, let's check if an IonQ computer is back. I need AWS Amazon. Blaze isn't even a real company. Blaze is all fake garbage. What's their product? What is their product? Why is their revenue down 70%? Yeah, Oscar, I've tested the IBM product. How does a satellite support post-quantum? You know, why do you need a satellite for that? Anybody can make a satellite in space for $5,000. Blaze doesn't have the capital for a real product. I think Blaze and Qubit are like the two really low quality. When you look at J&J, you have to look at all the other companies around it. And a lot of people like to trade the large caps because you can leverage them. And people don't appreciate just how liquid they are, and then how, you know, if you make a 5% move in a large cap, look at Novo Nordisk, you can do really well on an IRR basis. Yeah, I think this is a good time to press these shorts. I mean, especially IonQ. I think IonQ is hard to borrow in Interactive, yeah. So the best I can do is sell calls. No, Curtis, I just want to check out. I mean, once those machines are back, I can't wait. We should get our programs ready for them. I'll have some time this weekend, and my girlfriend wants to help program these quantum boxes. I can introduce you to her too, and we could go ham. Because I think IonQ supports Qiskit. Treating my girl to dinner, what are you talking about? She treats me. Yeah, computers don't even work. It's so great. When you buy a computing company and the computer doesn't work, I love when that happens. You know, imagine if AMD's chips stopped working. Everybody woke up and their AMD computers didn't turn on. What do you think that would do to AMD stock? They aren't available. There is no working IonQ computer in the world right now. These are all zeros, man. Sorry. In 5 years, I don't think a single one of these companies will be around. Maybe if one of them is lucky, one of them will still be a ticker. But four to five of these will not be trading, even Rigetti, especially Rigetti, I would say. One of these five might survive, and I'd put that at a 50-50. 5 years is a long time, buddy. Rigetti's good short. I'm short half Rigetti, half IonQ, and then a smattering of these three. IonQ is the most overvalued. IonQ is better than Rigetti as a short. And it's hard to have 5 years of cash on a balance sheet. Most companies will spend that away. I want my borrow rates to be high because it usually means there's a lot of competition to short the stock. If people are really that excited about shorting the stock, I like that. Of course, I don't like paying the fee, but it usually means my short's about to work. Yeah, they did any subcontract at all for NASA on programming, like just anything. They would program anything just to say they had a deal with NASA. But it was a subcontracted deal just to do some small part of programming for a deal with NASA that's not quantum related. I've been wrong on a short a few times. I was wrong on the fundamentals of a short. I mean, obviously it's happened to me many times, but probably twice in a serious way. It depends, Navinius. I mean, I cover for risk control. I don't mind covering because the price is going against me. One, and then two, if there's tangible evidence I'm wrong on the hypothesis, I'll cover. That's why I get so into the weeds and the fundamentals. Not too many people out there actually trying to write programs for these chips and rent the computers. There are a couple, I've heard. They have the same conclusion I do, by the way. Pay premium, I don't care. I've made so much money shorting these stocks, I can pay premium. I can also sell premium. I can sell puts. Selling puts brings in premium. There's a lot of ways to skin this cat. Medicare is much of Ozempic's business. Do you know what percentage of Medicare's business is Ozempic? I don't think it's that big. I gave you treats, I gave you food, I gave you pets, you took a nap with us. You want to get a little. Godel's still early days, but I mean, Godel's going to make me a billionaire. Godel's going to make me billions of dollars. Trading is just for education and entertainment for you guys. I think we're about 7 or 8 devs. No, I don't think we do any H1Bs. Eventually we'll have international offices. Finance is an international, open a London office or something like that. Dubai would be, I mean, I'm sure there's finance in Dubai. Not too many Bloomberg users in Albania and Kosovo. Singapore, definitely Singapore. Yeah, I'd say we could get a Miami office, Boston, San Francisco. Those are sort of the finance centers of New York, maybe Dallas. But salespeople don't even need a full office sometimes. They just need a bag and a Salesforce account. I'll be right back, just get a spoon. There's a lot of offices. You need local customer service, you need local sales, and if there's engineering talent in those cities, it helps too. It certainly seems like 𝗥𝗩𝗄𝗧 is doing really well. David, Wall Street's changed a lot. It's mostly programmers these days. Everyone got bagged in plug power. Once I heard my San Diego ex talking about plug power, I was like, that's my baggy girl right there. I got a number of baggy girls. Some chicks dated me just for the stock picks. One girl did that. Her dad loved me. Now she knows she's a baggy. Her whole social media is about being a baggy. Her thing is about being a victim because she's so bad at trading. I mean, if you bought, dry ships or SNDL, Sundial, was that what it's called? I forgot what it's called. Those are baggy stocks. AMC.
𝗬𝗏𝗘𝗢.
I'm mostly betting on intra game. I'm betting on big comebacks. Oh yeah, we're gonna do a new segment called Meet the Baggy. And we're gonna give cash to bag holders who come on and debate and explain why they're long the stock. They have to send me proof that they're long from their Robinhood or from whatever. Or you give them straight cash money. What are you gonna do with your newfound baggy riches? I'm gonna buy more lace. It's the future. You want to be in the Baggy podcast? Just send me an email, martin@dl.software. I need a screenshot of your account and what you're bag holding. Well, so many people become emotionally attached to their stocks. Just ask AMC people. They refuse to say one negative thing about their stock. Everything has to be spun positive. Nothing is neutral, only bullish. It's interesting. You thought multiple myeloma was a super crowded category. There really aren't that many drugs for MM. And the revenue is just incredible for, peak revenue for Revlimid was 10 billion or something. I make the database. No, I'm not doing pipelines. Yeah, the best thing about Godel is the community. You guys are either very smart and established or you're getting to that place, which is really wonderful. So many people from our community became billionaires or billion-dollar company founders, or just became successful in general. Obviously, not so many, a couple, but it's a lot to me. Any advice for founders? Ignore everything except for your company. Nothing else matters except for your company. Only one thing matters. Well, I think most of the time, the people that do well after coming here were on their way to do well anyway. If I could provide even a little bit of knowledge or motivation or whatever, it's great. But so many of these people were already doing really well. There's 2 brother entrepreneurs that come to mind. They've done very well. We're avid followers. A lot of people in the VC community. And I think above all, whatever your hustle is, the goal is to just be really passionate about it and care a lot about it. And I think that's what drives success. And hopefully some of what I'm doing comes out in that, No, I don't like any space stocks that I can. Yeah, Microsoft hasn't allocated much to quantum. Don't confuse Azure ads with serious interest. Yeah, Kier, exactly. They're sort of doing these quantum projects just for fun. They'll get cut eventually. Google's not going to do quantum forever. Yeah, first companies like Qubit will go, then IonQ and Rigetti will follow. Anyway, this company's called Mentor, and J&J bought Mentor out a little while back. Allergan, which is now part of AbbVie, also makes these. They're not supposed to be used for their whole life. I don't think this is a very big business, and I don't know where it goes. If in surgery or in, like, which business for J&J is it even in? I mean, if this was a publicly traded company by itself, I would definitely go ham on due diligence. For real, for real. Yeah, if there was a pure play on that space, you better believe I'm doing deep due diligence. There's somebody that had like a actual breast implant in their office and they got in trouble for it because the women employees didn't like that. It was like, does anyone know this story? Guy got in trouble. Finance titan Sam Isley harassed and demeaned women for years, employees say. Look at dude. It's not harassment if you look like a male model. 3rd degree harassment if you look like that. 10th degree harassment. He is in a wheelchair. In 1989, he launched 𝗿𝗏𝗡. 72 years old at this time. That was him in 2017, maybe? I don't know. 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗡 is very weird. It's like a software company that's very overvalued. He kept a set of breast implants on his desk, palpitating them like stress balls during idle conversation. He demanded that they cut up and feed him rare steak in front of colleagues that made them deeply uncomfortable. He is disabled and requires assistance.
Filled.
Could you imagine if I called the FBI? And I said, listen, guys, y'all know me. Still the same old G. But I got something to tell you. I just found the scammiest company I've ever seen. They'd be like, what? What up, bro? First of all. Second of all. Dinas, I will pay you $500 to come up here. If you're long LAES, $500 to come up here. And you can tell us why you're long LAES. Dinas, come on. You know you need this 500. No, I'm ready to, we can do a phone call right now. You can come on Discord. You come on Discord. You get your little $500. You can add it to your Robinhood account. Come on, Dennis. You can explain to us how quantum computing works. Oh, you made 50,000? Nice, good. 50 racks? 50 bands? 50 bands, you do that every week? That's gonna be a lot of money someday. 2.5 million even. You're a real technologist, right? You don't know how to join the Discord, but you know quantum computing. You know the difference between these companies. These companies going to be around in 6 months. I'll give you my phone number. Is that technology you understand? Yeah, they're all in the pipeline French. What's EQBT again? We have EQS. It's just very rudimentary. Better EQS coming soon. So I can give you. You want to give me financial advice? You want to give me financial advice? You're up 50K on quantum. Wow. Do you remember that day Rigetti went down 50% in one day? You make a lot of money? I'm holding until these companies are all bankrupt, then I'm going to buy them. I'm going to call them Shkreli Rigetti. Shkreli's Rigetti Computing. Watch them, they're going to run it back up. We need people like you. We need people like you to hold the bag. You hold the bag, and your money's ours. We let you win a little bit. We let you win a little bit, so you feel good, and we take the money away, and you say, it's no big deal. I'm good at this, but you're not good at this. And we take more of your money, and you're like, what happened? I'm in quantum computing. This can't be happening.
Order cancelled.
Then it's all ours, bro. You need big baggies like Dennis. The $500 baggies, the $1,000 baggies, they're great too. But it's the $50,000, $100,000 baggies that we like the most. And we get a knack trap. Ooh, you got to be nice to the knack traps. You got to shower knack trap with gifts. I made a mistake last time with cassava. It doesn't matter if you're a $500 baggie, $500,000 baggie, $50 million baggie. You're still at the end of the day donating 90% of your money to the cause. Thank you. Thank you. I bet you he's just going to sell the stock once it starts showing some weakness. Whatever stock he's long, he can't even tell us. You're in D-Wave, something's wrong with you. D-Wave got a $150 million ATM. You are buying stock into their $150 million ATM. You couldn't pour my coffee on Wall Street. I would look at you, and I'd be like, yeah, thanks for the coffee, bud. You're holding IonQ till 50? Okay, bet, Dennis, bet. If it hits 50 again, I'll give you an apology right on this stream, all right? An apology. But let me tell you something. If it hits 30 before it hits 50, you got to come here, and you got to give an apology. And you say, I'm sorry, I was the baggie. Bro, I've been following D-Wave since before you were born. These companies have been fraudulent forever. It's one of the fakest companies that ever exist. I'm 41 years old. Nice kid. I was working on Wall Street 25 years ago. I will say if IonQ ever got to $1 billion in revenue, I'd go gender change. That's a lifetime bet. Probably because his voice is about 3 octaves higher than mine. That's why he's scared. He's just going to say, oh, I like the chart. I like the momentum. I trade the momentum. This man doesn't know anything about fundamentals. You can tell that from off the rip. You can tell that off the rip. Never heard of this. He never heard of this company before a month ago. Momentum trading's not dumb money. But say it's momentum trading. Don't tell me that you think the stock's, it's a great, quantum computing is going to change everything. I don't care if you're momentum trade. Go ahead. Momentum's worked out for this stock. Yeah, listen, if you like the stock because you think you can get out at a higher price than what you got in, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Okay? That's all that matters. And I'm happy for you. But if you think you know quantum computing, you think you know the space better than me, and you think you like the fundamentals, that's when we got a problem. That's when I got to talk to you. IonQ is going to go to 1. IonQ has nothing. Literally nothing. They're both good shorts. I kind of like IonQ more because it has a higher valuation, and people think it's like some primo quantum thing, and it's actually possibly worse than Rigetti. When a lot of people went into it thinking, oh, Rigetti's like the number 2 company and IonQ's number 1. No, not at all. There's a lot of market participants. Kramer's a commentator, but there's a lot of others. I don't know much about ARQQ, to be honest. It looks fake, though. Yeah, I could write another piece on quantum. UBT is falling fairly nicely there. I remember when Joe Springer used to make videos, my cassava short. Well, Mr. Springer has disappeared. The thing about me is I'm not going to disappear. Been around a lot of years. Shkreli just gets stronger and stronger. Where you at, Springer? Oh, he blocked me. I still like the MicroStrategy short. It's almost 400. Goodness, every time I date somebody, it's a front page article. Check out Vanity Fair. Check out Elle. I date somebody, it's news. New York Post. When you date somebody, it's a tragedy. You're not Greek, are you? You're not Greek, are you? MicroStrategy God? What is that? What's a MicroStrategy God? I know, instead of buying the underlying asset, I'll pay double for it. That makes sense. Let me borrow some money. I'm going to need to buy this Bitcoin. It's been going up before, so it's going to be going up again. I think Rigetti can go to 1, or maybe even less. It's going to be a rough year for quantum. IBM's already quietly delayed their chip. I want every dollar of exposure on Tuesday. We could have Godel dinners. If you're on Godel, I'm happy to have dinner with you. Talk stocks. Well, I'm selling my exposure that expires today and buying exposure for next week. I'm trying to do that profitably. It's a challenge, but it's working so far. Look, at Moderna, I'm getting very, I don't know. I have to do some research on that CMV trial. They basically said the trial would not be stopped early, which is not a good thing. So if the trial doesn't get stopped early, it means the drug might not work. It may mean nothing as well, depending on the context. Trials, sometimes it's very hard for a trial to get stopped early. Sometimes it's supposed to get stopped early. I think the expectation that was that it would get stopped early, and it did not.
Order partially filled.
And this was supposed to be their first big thing other than COVID, because obviously COVID's sort of come to an end. All right, unemployment is really low. That's perfect for baggy-itis. Once unemployment drops, there's no baggies left. Prices are vicious. Viciously accurate. Arbitrage is gone. The only question is who even has money left. I think for Godel members, I'm going to put all the transactions actually in like a function. I'm not going to say they're all going to be smart, or that you should copy it, because these are pretty risky, stupid things that I did. I think we will do that in the new people update. There'll be new profiles in Godel. That's one of the major updates systems we're working on, where you can sort of reflect who you are. You can DM people.
Order filled.
You can put in your hobbies, what school you went to. The old Bloomberg was hilarious the way you could do it. So it'll look something like that. Yeah, portfolio management's really important for us. We will have a friends list. The most important thing is the phone numbers. Everyone's phone numbers are going to be right on there. No ifs, ands, or buts. Of course, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. That's one of the things that made Bloomberg so great. You could DM anybody, you could call anybody, but obviously we're going to make sure that the riffraff.
Order filled.
Services, look, it's also getting more expensive. So if you lock in your price now, you'll be able to get that, but you're not going to be able to get that unless you're paying $100, $200 a month. Bloomberg's $2,500 a month for that reason. You could actually DM Dan Loeb or Steve Cohen on Bloomberg. You know we got to put Kathy on there. Yeah, they do. They answer all the time. David Einhorn, Dan Loeb, like these guys will. They'll not just answer.
Order cancelled.
They've hired people that way. How do you think business gets done on Wall Street? Got a mutual friend. You call them up, share some ideas, know each other. Well, it's Wall Street. You never know what your next idea is coming from, who or why or when. Phone calls, you know, very important on Wall Street. Everybody on Wall Street has a phone. And they're sitting in the trading desk like you and me. Somebody calls, they want to talk about a trade. Want to sell you on the latest deal. It's a very communications-driven industry. Some of you guys are you wouldn't be good for that. Me, I'm a boss.
Order filled.
I'm a boss. Some people do like some slick, they're like, yes, it's John for Mr. Cohen. What is the purpose of this call? He's expecting me. Put him through, please. And the assistant's like, oh, okay. Steve Cohen. He'll talk to you. He's like, what? Who's this? You got about 4 seconds to be interested. You could even try to do like, this is the wrong guy. No, I'm here to talk to you about something else. Well, who are you? Oh yeah, well, let me tell you about the deal I'm doing. If you really need to get your start from somewhere, you just gotta do what you gotta do. If you don't know
Order cancelled.
You don't know anybody, you don't have any friends, you're brand new. There's bars you can go to and start making some contacts. Let me tell you something. You are at a bar with 5 pretty girls around you, guys will take notice. They'll be, who's this guy?
Order filled.
Why is he looking like a boss?
Order cancelled.
You'll be like, hey kid, next time you do one of these get-togethers, invite me out. I want to be around 10 pretty girls too. People get jobs like that. Yeah, I kind of went all in at like 41-ish. 1.5 to like 42. 41 to 42. Call it 41.5. That was my... Oh, you got DJT puts? Good. Shorting into the inauguration. Sometimes there's a thing called sell on the news. Look into it if you haven't heard of that one. DJT would be down on Tuesday, but this stock has some like very weird like supernatural resilience that I can't really explain, and that scares me a bit. I have the power. It was an ancient power handed down to me. I'm the biggest baggy. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Novo's okay. I think the investors get the idea. Does the uptick have to like match the volume? Or is this any uptick you can slam the bid? I'm pretty sure that's how it works, right? Any uptick you just
order partially
let it off. But I don't know, that my full trade would have executed if that was true. You can only join the offer, basically.
Order partially filled.